When Ram's CEO took the stage and confirmed that an all-new diesel engine is set to arrive for 2027, it immediately grabbed attention across the truck industry at a time when most headlines are dominated by electric vehicles, hybrid systems, and smaller turbocharged gasoline engines. Ram's move to commit to diesel again feels both daring and, for many truck enthusiasts, surprisingly straightforward. This isn't just a minor refresh, a rebadged engine from another market, or a nostalgia-driven decision. According to Ram leadership, the upcoming 2027 diesel is being described as the most advanced oil-burning engine the company has ever built. It is being developed specifically to meet strict modern emission standards while also handling real-world towing needs and addressing the long-term durability expectations that have often challenged current powertrain. Industry analysts, powertrain specialists, and fleet experts are already suggesting this could mark a major shift for diesel in North America. If Ram successfully delivers on its claims, competitors may be pushed to reconsider their gradual move away from diesel technology. Why Ram is returning to diesel? To understand the significance of this announcement, it helps to look at broader trends in the truck market. Ford discontinued the F-150 Powerstroke diesel. GM has only offered limited diesel options in its half-ton Silverado lineup, and even mid-size pickups have increasingly shifted toward turbocharged petrol engines and hybrid setups. Ram, however, appears to have identified a gap others overlooked. Internal customer data shared by the company suggests diesel buyers tend to be extremely loyal, rack up high mileage, and keep their vehicles for much longer than average owners. These are customers who regularly tow heavy loads and prioritize torque, fuel efficiency, and long-term reliability over performance stats or in-cabin tech features. As one experienced powertrain consultant who has worked with several automakers put it, diesel customers don't rotate vehicles often. They hold on to them for years, and once they leave, they're very difficult to win back. Ram clearly doesn't want to lose that segment. A clean slate 2027 diesel, not an update. One of the key points emphasized by Ram CEO is that this 2027 diesel will not be an updated version of the EcoDiesel. Past diesel programs, especially the 3.0 LV6 used across Stellantis vehicles, faced reliability and reputation issues, which heavily influenced the decision to develop this engine entirely from the ground up. Diesel customers don't churn. They don't trade every 3 years. If you lose them, you probably never get them back. Ram doesn't want to lose them. A clean sheet 2027 diesel, not a rework. One of the most important details revealed by Ram CEO is that this 2027 diesel engine is not a refreshed EcoDiesel. The troubled reputation of earlier diesel programs, especially the 3.0 LV6 used across Stellantis brands, played a major role in Ram's decision to start from scratch. This new engine was reportedly designed with 3 non-negotiable goals. 1. Emissions compliance without reliability compromises. 2. Lower complexity than previous diesels. 3. Real-world durability over laboratory efficiency. Engineers involved in the project say the biggest mistake of past diesels wasn't the diesel cycle itself. It was over-engineering emissions hardware without accounting for long-term heat, soot, and oil contamination. The new 2027 Ram diesel reportedly uses a simplified after-treatment layout, revised EGR flow strategy, reduced thermal stress on critical components, and a redesigned oiling system focused on extended service life. An emissions systems engineer familiar with the program summarized it this way: they finally designed the engine around the emission system instead of bolting emissions onto the engine. Torque first, horsepower second. Ram has made it clear that this diesel is not chasing headline horsepower numbers. Instead, the focus is on low RPM torque, stability under load, and predictable output over long towing sessions. Early internal targets suggest torque figures that rival or exceed current turbo gasoline engines, while delivering that torque at significantly lower RPMs. This matters for several reasons: less heat buildup during towing, reduced transmission strain, better fuel economy under load, longer engine life. A drivetrain specialist noted that modern turbo gas engines often make impressive torque, but only briefly. A turbo V6 can hit big torque numbers, But sustaining that output for hours is where diesels still dominate. Designed for real truck owners, not just regulations. A drivetrain specialist noted that modern turbogas engines often make impressive torque, but only briefly. Sustaining that output for hours is where diesels still dominate. This diesel is designed for real truck owners, not just regulation. One of the quiet frustrations among truck owners today is that many engines feel optimized for EPA test cycles, not real driving. The new 2027 Ram diesel is being engineered for real-world duty cycles, long idle times, high payloads, extreme heat, cold starts, and inconsistent fuel quality. It has reportedly been tested in high-altitude towing, desert heat with full payload, extended idle fleet use, and cold weather starts without block heaters. A fleet maintenance expert said, "They're testing failure modes most manufacturers ignore now. That's how you build engines that last. Fuel economy that actually matters." While official EPA numbers will come closer to launch, Ram says real-world fuel economy improvements, especially under towing, were a core target. Diesel critics often point to fuel price and DEF costs, but Ram's response is that miles per gallon alone don't tell the full story. Internal estimates suggest better towing economy than turbogas engines, increased highway range, reduced downshifting, and improved drivability. A long-haul RV owner summed it up. "If I can tow $8,000 LB and not watch the fuel gauge fall, I don't care what the fuel costs." Transmission and powertrain integration. The 2027 diesel is tightly integrated with Ram's latest transmission. Unlike previous setups that adapted existing gearboxes, this system was designed as a full package. Focus areas include smoother low-speed engagement, reduced gear hunting while towing, improved engine braking, and better thermal management of transmission fluid. The result is a diesel that feels more refined in daily driving without losing its work truck identity. Reliability lessons learned the hard way. Ram is openly acknowledging past mistakes in diesel programs. Changes include revised bearing materials, lower peak cylinder pressures, conservative boost targets, improved oil filtration and cooling, and extended service intervals based on real wear data. Prototype reviews suggest significant built-in safety margins, which increases cost but reduces recall risk. Where this diesel will be offered. Industry expectations suggest it may appear in Ram 1500 select trims, Ram 2500 light-duty configurations, and possibly a revived Ram Dakota midsize truck. If it reaches midsize platforms, it could reshape that segment where diesel options have nearly disappeared. A strategic shot at Ford and GM. Ford is leaning into hybridization, GM into turbo-gas engines and future EV trucks. Ram's diesel move is a clear counterpunch. The positioning is simple. Not every truck buyer wants a battery or a high-revving Turbo 6. By offering diesel alongside gasoline, hybrid, and EV options, Ram is positioning itself as the most powertrain-diverse truck brand in North America. The bigger picture. Diesel isn't dead. Diesel is not disappearing. It is evolving. Fleets, towing professionals, and rural users still rely on it. The 2027 Ram diesel is not nostalgia. It's a response to demand and use case reality. If it delivers durability, torque, efficiency, and simplicity,